So, you want to go to Amsterdam? Of course you do, everyone does. Your friends have been, your cousin's roommate, even that guy from high school who never left his mom's basement. Amsterdam is legendary. Freedom, art, canals, and bikes. The brochures promise charm, bikes by the water, coffee, art. But let's be honest, the Amsterdam you see online, it's a highlight reel, filtered and staged. Reality? It's beautiful chaos. Canals are stunning but packed with tourists wielding smartphones. Bikes are everywhere, until you realize you're a moving target in a citywide game of Frogger. And the coffee shops? We'll get to that confusion. The city's reputation, canals, bikes, coffee shops. Tourists arrive with a checklist, determined to have the authentic experience. We want the perfect bike, the perfect canal shot, and a giggle-worthy coffee shop visit. It's all a performance. Millions try to live out the same fantasy, all while standing in line for Anne Frank's house. The city provides the stage and props. You just have to show up, dodge bikes, and pretend you know what you're doing. Amsterdam is the ultimate tourist trap, and we all fall for it, willingly. The city watches with a smirk, knowing exactly what's going on. You're not discovering a hidden gem, you're joining a global cast in the same play. Welcome to Amsterdam, where your Instagram dreams might just get run over by a bicycle. Let's talk about the canals. Gorgeous, yes, but also the city's main tourist magnet. You see the perfect view and think, I must capture this moment. But so does everyone else. You find a bridge, set up your shot, then a tour boat photobombs you, or a local on a bike zips by, muttering about tourists. It's a battle for the perfect photo. You search for a quiet spot, pose, and bam, pigeons attack or a scooter honks you out of the way. The city is alive and does not care about your photo shoot. Your quest for the perfect picture is just background noise to Amsterdam's daily life. Maybe you get the shot, stranger's elbow and all, you post it, lost in the magic of Amsterdam's canals. No mention of the chaos. You present the fantasy, joining the great canal photo conspiracy. The next wave of tourists will fall for it too. The city's beauty is real, but so is the struggle. In Amsterdam, every perfect photo has a messy backstory, and that's half the fun. Every tourist thinks, I'll rent a bike and blend in. It's a beautiful dream, and a terrible idea if you haven't biked since middle school. The Dutch are born on bikes, you, not so much. You rent a heavy squeaky bike and wobble into traffic feeling proud for 5 seconds, then you try to turn. Suddenly you're in a high-speed race and you're the slowest one. Locals whiz past, ringing bells that mean, move tourist. Bike lanes are full of pros with zero patience for your wobbly pedaling. You try to signal, swerve into a pedestrian, forget which brake is which, danger at every turn. You're not blending in, you're a moving obstacle. But you keep going, determined to get your money's worth. You see the sights, but mostly, you're focused on not crashing into a canal. After an hour, you return the bike, legs shaking, relieved to have survived. Now you can say you biked Amsterdam like a local, leaving out the near disasters. It's a rite of passage and a story you'll tell forever. In Amsterdam, survival is the real souvenir. You didn't blend in, but you made it out alive. That's what counts. Back on foot, you realize Amsterdam isn't a democracy. It's a kingdom ruled by cyclists. The bell isn't friendly, it's a warning. Move or else. Your job as a pedestrian? Listen and jump out of the way. The bike lanes are sacred. Step in, and you'll feel the wrath of the bell. Sometimes you don't even hear it, just a blur of motion and a gust of wind as a cyclist flies by. Cyclists move in swarms, graceful and terrifying, ignoring red lights and yielding to no one. Tourists are at the bottom of the food chain. Crossing the street is an extreme sport. Look both ways, then sprint. Paranoia sets in. Every sound could be a bike, every shadow a cyclist. You hug the buildings, warning other tourists to stay out of the bike lane. You've seen the truth, the power of the bell is real. You're no longer an innocent visitor, you're a survivor. The city's rhythm is set by spokes and bells. You'll never hear a bicycle bell the same way again. In Amsterdam, pedestrians walk with caution, and a little bit of fear. The cyclists reign supreme, and you respect their rule. It's their city, you're just passing through. Welcome to the two-wheeled kingdom. Now let's tackle Amsterdam's most confusing institution, the coffee shop. In America, a coffee shop means coffee. In Amsterdam, it might mean something else entirely. There are coffee shops, and then there are coffee shops. One serves caffeine, the other, well, not so much. Picture this. You're tired, you see a coffee shop sign and walk in craving a latte. Inside it's dark, the music is chill, and the air smells familiar. The menu? No espresso, just names like White Widow and Northern Lights. You ask for coffee. The staff points you to a koffiehuis, or cafe for actual coffee. You walk out, embarrassed but wiser. The Great Amsterdam Coffee Shop Mix-Up, a rite of passage for tourists. The city assumes you know the difference. You probably don't, until now. It's a cultural quirk that makes travel memorable and hilarious. You came for a latte, stumbled into a different world, and now have a story to tell. From now on, you'll be very specific. Actual coffee, please. In Amsterdam, clarity is key, and always double-check the sign. It's all part of the adventure. Welcome to the coffee shop conundrum. Let's be honest, some tourists come to Amsterdam for one thing, the coffee shops. For them, this isn't a side quest, it's the main event. They're not here for museums, they're here for freedom and maybe a brownie or two. You spot them, wide-eyed, giggling, on a pilgrimage from coffee shop to coffee shop. They'll tell you it's about expanding their minds, but really, it's about doing what's forbidden back home. It's a candy store for adults, complete with souvenirs and stories. For locals, it's just business as usual. The Dutch barely notice. The real excitement? It's all in the tourists' eyes. The contrast is hilarious. One group on a wild adventure, the other just trying to get to work. Amsterdam's coffee shops are a tourist rite, not a local obsession. The city shrugs, the tourists marvel. And your uncle comes home with a new love for reggae. After surviving bikes and coffee shop confusion, you crave culture. Time for a museum. Amsterdam's museums are world-class and packed. You buy tickets online, show up organized, and are swept into a slow-moving river of people. Everyone's got an audio guide, nodding thoughtfully, pretending to understand the art. Truth is, you're just trying to glimpse the famous painting over a sea of heads and smartphones. The ritual: take a blurry photo, move on, repeat. It's as if the experience isn't real without a digital souvenir. You join in, snap Van Gogh's sunflowers, and shuffle to the next room. Hours pass, feet ache, masterpieces blur together. You emerge exhausted, brain full of facts you'll forget by tomorrow. But you did it, you went to the museum, you checked the culture box on your tourist list. The performance is complete, you're officially cultured, at least on Instagram. In Amsterdam, even art appreciation is a group activity. The real masterpiece, surviving the crowds? You leave with stories, not just selfies. And that's what matters. After days of tourist routines, you might get lost, and that's when you find the real Amsterdam. Down a quiet street, away from crowds, you see the city where people actually live. Quiet courtyards, local markets, cozy bars where only Dutch is spoken, parents biking kids to school, friends chatting over real coffee, someone watering flowers. These small moments aren't for tourists, and that's what makes them special. You stumble on a market, get a fresh stroopwafel, or wander into a park full of picnics and music. You're no longer performing, you're just observing. The pressure's off. No perfect photo, no checklist. These are the memories that last. A quiet afternoon in Jordan, a meal in a hidden restaurant. This is Amsterdam's real magic. Unplanned, unfiltered. It happens when you stop trying to do Amsterdam and just let it happen to you. The city reveals itself when you least expect it. The best moments are the ones you can't plan. Sometimes getting lost is the best way to find what you're looking for, and that's the Amsterdam you'll remember. You've survived the bikes, the coffee shop confusion, and have a camera roll full of crooked canal photos. Now comes the real reward, telling everyone about it. You're an expert, a seasoned traveler ready to share your stories. You show off your best canal photo, talk about the art, and casually mention you biked everywhere, leaving out the terror. You paint a picture of a perfect European getaway. For close friends, you share the real stories. The wrong coffee shop, the near misses with bikes. You're relatable, adventurous, and in on the joke. This is why we travel. Not just for the experience, but for the story. We go so we can say, I was there. Amsterdam is perfect for bragging rights, beautiful, quirky, a little wild. It gives you everything for the perfect travel narrative. Is it worth it, despite the chaos? Absolutely. Just be ready to dodge a few bikes. And know what you're ordering before you walk into a coffee shop. That's the real Amsterdam experience.